Hi, so we have a speaker for today, Mr. Om Kanoujia. Okay, he's a very established mentor in the industry. He's also the founder at Ala Technologies. He's been working with software engineers, IT professionals in the space for a very long time, and he's been helping thousands of learners actually upskill and finding them, helping them with their careers and going. So this is the kind of talk that we'll have with him today, where we'll try to understand how, as IT professionals and software professionals ourselves, how we can take advantage and how we can proceed with the career. So, a very warm welcome, Mr. Om, to our talk show today.
Thank you so much, Pratik, for having me here. I really appreciate.
That's great. So we have a few of our learners with us, Mr. Om. Okay, and we're also recording the talk, so we
All
can
right.
publish this later on. And so, firstly, I'll give you the floor, Mr. Om, if you would like to introduce yourself to our audience.
All right. Great. Thank you so much. Good evening, guys. My name is Om. Like Pratik mentioned that I run a company, a large solution, which is into certifications and learning of students and professionals. So we provide certifications and various courses from Microsoft platform. I have a rich experience of around 20 years where I have been training. I was handling a team of people or companies where we were training the students on employability. We understand the industry really well. What are the various requirements? Around 70 companies are currently in touch and associated with me, where we understand their requirements and train accordingly, and then we help the students with the placements. So, I mean, it's been just 11 months with a large solution, and we have around 13 colleges associated with us, and all sets of colleges, tier one colleges, tier two, and tier three colleges. So, naming tier one NITs, some of the two of the NIT spec you might have known, and some degree colleges where the understanding of technology and awareness of technology is very bleak, I would say. I mean, they do not understand the technology really well. So I took the challenge to reach, give an access of technologies to such students and such institutions. So till now, I am doing pretty good. I am reaching tier three colleges, and they are appreciating my efforts. So I think this talk will help you guys to understand how you can prepare for an excellent career, right? Because I mean, the scenarios are changing with the introduction of AI, and a lot of things are happening. There's a disruption in the market. Markets are going down. So still, how we can make ourselves, I would say, uh, you know, still a required resource in the industry. So, what will be learning or what will be understanding in this session?
Yeah, that. Thank you for that introduction, Mr. Om. And yeah, so I'll start with some questions that you can help us understand better. So, firstly, most of the learners that we are dealing with, Mr. Om, they are mostly working professionals,
All
okay,
right.
and in the space of IT and software who are looking to take the next steps, okay. So for working professionals or students alike, okay, what is the gap? Again, this is a constant need right now for anyone, even if you have several years of work experience. You need to upskill constantly with new technology or learn new things to stay relevant. So what is the need that you see at the moment? For how do people upskill? What is the importance of upskilling basically in anyone's career?
Right. So, if we talk about, there are two different institutions. One, let's take one college, and the other is a profit-making institution. It may be a company, right? So at colleges, there are different challenges. So challenges, if I talk about the distractions these days with the students, right? I mean, it is immense. At our age, it was, very less distractions. Nowadays, every moment there's a distraction on, your mobile phone, social media, a lot of things happening around us, right? Um, Apart from that, a lot of events happen at college. Though those are also required, but the study time, the preparation time is really very less. So if we will calculate, we will only have around 5 to 6 months in an year, which is quite productive for the students. The rest of the time, it is only examinations, events, holidays, and this is how the time gets passed at the colleges. Third challenge that I have seen at the colleges are the access and awareness about the new technologies that our faculty have. So some faculty members are really amazing at that because they are into research part, but not all of them, right? So I mean, there are, because they have. Uh, I won't blame the faculty members, but yes, it is like they have a lot of things to take care of. So the time and the resources, it's there, right? What if you are students and studying at college, I would appreciate if you prepare for your attitude building, whatever time you get, what extra can you do, that is the most important thing when you are studying at college. But if you are a professional, or let's come to the second institution, which is a profit making company. Here, every second counts, right? Every minute, every hour counts, right? So if we are doing the meeting of 10 people for 1 hour and it is not productive, right? So 10 into, let's take the normal charges $30 per hour, so it becomes around $300, loss of $300, right? So companies evaluate their time like this, right? So imagine a situation where you hire a talent or a person where he's not productive, right? So first thing, let me how companies gonna spend time on that. Recruitment takes a lot of efforts and time, right? It's a very I mean, time consuming task, finding a right resource for the organization. If somehow the resource gets into the organization and giving a space like computer resources, space, real estate, and other benefits, it takes around 15 to 20k, 20,000 per month, right? That is the expenditure on a particular resource, right? And that is not count in CTC, right? And apart from that is the package, right, which is being offered to the, and resources not productive, right? So companies have become smart enough. There were the ages when you had the degree, okay, you're welcome. Then it became, yes, you had certain references. We were used to see like uh, you can do, right? You can do. Then I mean, the organization used to give chance, right? Nowadays, the resources are in abundance. Competition is huge. Competitions among the companies, competitions among the candidates, competition among, I mean, because resources are huge, So companies don't want to waste their time. Time is money. Money is everything for the companies. Profitability is everything for the companies. So they they want their resources to well trained so that they become they become productive right from second, third, fourth year month of the hiring, right? So this is what their expectation is. Now the gap is, it is very difficult for the candidates or the students to understand, just imagine, no pressure and then immediate pressure,
Hmm.
right? And it is very tough for the students to cope up with that, and they start looking for, you might have heard multiple hoppings, job hoppings and all these things. They find their workplace very frustrated, so uh, Gen Z is facing a lot of challenges in terms of preparing. So if you are studying at a college, start challenging yourself, do something extra on every month, every day, every week, every year. This is how you can cope up with the work culture in new companies. So this is the biggest gap I feel that it is there. Technology can be learned anywhere, anytime.
Right, right, absolutely. So since you're working with, helping people find placements, and so one of the very important aspect to be able to find placement is one challenge that even a lot of working professionals, right? Even if you have 5, 10 years of work experience right now, and you start applying for jobs, okay, that's a challenge that everyone is facing in terms of getting shortlisted and even getting interviews to attend. Okay. So cracking the interviews comes second to that. But how do we look at this first challenge? What can they do with their resume, or what are the approaches that people can use to get shortlists in the first place?
Definitely. So, this is a challenge or puzzle. Everybody is looking to solve that puzzle. So, first, we need to understand why somebody would be hiring us, right?
Hmm.
We need to be very, I mean, it's a simple give and take, you know. Even if we talk to the universe, we follow understand the process of manifestation, So, in return, you have to give something, like you have to, I mean, give away your the laziness, give away your rest, and you have to put in a lot of efforts, right? Only then the things manifest for you. So it happens with the companies only, also. So companies is, we need to understand, if myself want to be, want to hire somebody, or you want to hire somebody, what would you look into that? One person hires another person, or if and only if either the work is done, right, or the work is made easy, or more profitability is there, right? So these are the few reasons, like, you are being hired. So you need to understand what is the requirement of the other person, right? On the basis of that, you can prepare your resume, you can prepare your introduction, you can prepare your interview questions, answers, how. So every company looks for three things. We need to notice three things. One is the capability. Capability of what? Capability of doing a particular task. There's a job role. You're not hired for everything. So there's a specific job role which is mentioned in the job description. Point to point, everything is mentioned. What kind of capabilities they are looking for? What will be the task? What will be the responsibilities? Everything is mentioned there. So it is a problem statement for you. If we talk in terms of software development, this is a problem statement for you. On the other side, who wants to give the service? You, or I, or anybody else, right? Now you need to check, what are my positive points, what are my negative points, what are my skills that I have learned over the period of time, what are the various tools and technologies I have learned over the time. Now, are those tools and technologies, are those traits, are those skills matching to the job description? If that is matching, you know you are the right candidate. If that is not matching and you're just making a resume of that, yes, I have done, or let's take a chance, it is not going to happen. There are rarest of rare chance that you get selected. But even if you get selected, you will be frustrated there, because you're not made for that. You just made up, or you made a false things, so that you get into job, but sustaining into that job is going to be very difficult, because you're not capable for that. So this is a puzzle. Designing your resume is not just, and then the kids these days, they thinks that they use infographics in their resume. It needs not to be a fancy thing. It can be a very simple paper where about you, everything is mentioned. Your areas of interest, what are the various projects you have done, what are the various technologies that what are the what are your various strengths. Strengths means like, uh, resilience, tenacity, are you doing something extra? So you have to, if you want to be apart from the crowd, or you want to look different from the crowd, then you need to do something extra, right? And that is the resume. Resume is just a snapshot of what you are. It's not like writing it's not a content writing competition. It is a snapshot of what you are actually. So we need to be very careful while first evaluate yourself, do your SWOT analysis. If you're lacking in certain skills, work on that and develop. It takes only 21 days to develop any skills. Okay. So do that, and you will be the right fit for the company. I'm sure you can become any fit for any company. You can become fit.
Right, right. Yeah, thanks for that advice. And so building on that, Om, so one thing is we make a resume, we make applications, but even for working professionals, right, we're looking at, even if it's a senior profile, where the volume has become very large, for the kind of applications that these companies are receiving, in the range of several thousands for a single job role sometimes, if it's a top tech company. And so in that case, are there any more strategies that you can suggest apart from applying, maybe professional networking, reaching out to recruiters? Any thoughts on any other strategies that learners can use?
Yeah, definitely. Before coming to this on the networking part or any other strategy, I would want to add these days with the introduction of AI and recruitment technologies, right? So you have to be very like Naukri.com, you have to be very careful with the keywords, what kind of keywords you are
Right,
using, right?
right.
So your resume, your soft copy is not seen actually. So it is the bot scans the keywords and finds the right candidate for this. So you have to be very careful, right? And one more thing that I want to add is, like, we are into the development of a mock interview, uh, AI based mock interview application, or we are selling it to the companies also so that they can do the initial right. So again, you need to understand the requirement of the job and understand about the company, know the company really well. So use those keywords which are beneficial for the company and beneficial for the job requirement. So you have to be very careful with your vocabulary, what you are using, and what kind of skills you are mentioning in your first round of interview or in your resume. So you have to be wise in that manner, because no human in coming days is going to do the first round of interview. That is for sure in another 2 3 years. Okay.
Right.
Coming to the strategies, that how can you build up, job market is always tough, I mean, if you are, there are three types of jobs. We categorize the job sector
Mhm.
into three categories. So first is the category of doers, the people who really work and they create something. Okay. Second is doers plus managers. Okay. Doers plus thinkers or managers, you can say, which has 40%, 40 to 50% of the doing thing, like team leaders, and
Mhm.
rest is the people management and other things, training, development,
Mhm.
strategizing, architecture development, and all these things, so
Mhm.
these are the second types of role. Third is the managers, who are actually the solution providers, right? So who design a solution, and then the the epics and the task are being distributed among the doers and doers plus thinkers, right? So in what area you are, you need to identify, right? Are you a manager? Self analysis is very important, not in terms of your thinking or what is your job designation as of now in the current scenario. Are you a doer? Are you a doer plus manager, or are you a manager, right? So for the managers, I will start with the managers. If there are a lot of area, connect with the LinkedIn is the best thing, send connects, advice, what you are doing, keep on posting, what new or extra you're doing. Let's not create the noise on LinkedIn or any other social media platform. If something innovative you are doing, something creative you are doing, something disruptive you are doing, put on social media. And the frequency should be probably twice in a month, then people start noticing you if you start doing something extra. If you will keep on posting something new on every week, or probably not new, I mean the regular things on, I'm going to college, I'm going visiting this place, I'm doing working on this project, so this is a very generic thing that tells your mentality that, yeah, a very normal thing is a very good thing for him, it's so you tell your level actually. So if you're doing something extra, post it on that. Okay. For the apart from this, on LinkedIn there are various forums where a lot of events happen, you know uh, always go with your elevator pitch, where is, I mean, if somebody asks, because there's a very limited time, how you make an impact in those 10 seconds, that is going to be a networking. Just shaking hands and distributing cards is not going to make any difference at all.
Mm-hmm.
As well, one should look at you as, oh wow, who's this guy? So this is how you can make an impact in somebody's mind for a longer period of time. So it is, I mean, don't rush on posting everything on social media. This is not going to do, be
Mm-hmm.
class apart rather than what generic people are doing.
Right.
The second thing is, if you are in a doer and doer plus management category as of now, post your projects. What are your thoughts about developing something? What are your thoughts about the project you're working on? What kind of technologies you're working on? Have you solved any solution? Have you solved any problem? I mean, I mean, some companies have agreements like you cannot post anything or something like that. So it should be wise in a way, like it should not be a breach of contract.
Mm-hmm.
In the other side, you are telling what kind of person and what kind of technology and yes, you have an acumen of solving a problem, right? So this is how you can make an impact on the employers. Employers are continuously looking for smart people, not technical, smart people.
Right, right. So, firstly, thanks a lot for the insights, particularly as you mentioned, keywords are very important, right? A lot of people I've seen, even, brilliant software engineers, but they've not included the right keywords on their resume and they end up not getting shortlisted. Yeah. And even apart from that, a lot of the strategies that you have recommended should be very, very useful. Okay. So now further, as you mentioned, right, even this entire recruitment process, this is being more and more automated, right? As the shortlisting is being done with its ATS software, even the initial rounds, as you mentioned, very soon we're going to see AI bots taking the initial couple of rounds for a lot of these people. So how do you think the more and more of this gets automated? Okay, what's the opportunity and what is the flip side of this automation that that we can take advantage of probably as as a job seeker?
All right. So, as a job seeker, I mean, if I understand you correctly, you want to, your question is like with the introduction of a lot of new technologies,
In
how,
the
how can we, pass through the first round, few rounds of interview?
right, because this might be very new to some people,
Yeah.
talking to a bot, giving interview to a bot, for example.
So,
It
yeah,
might be challenging. Yeah.
yes. So it is, I mean, there are different types of job categories. Like in three categories I have mentioned, right? So the manager level interviews are going to happen with uh, I mean, most of the time, because decision making, a lot of decision making is going to happen, right?
Mhm.
So in the initial round would be more on your communication skills, some part of technology, what kind of person you are, your fluency, and this even bot can detect whether you're lying or saying the truth, with your eye movements and your face expressions, right? So, but still, again, in the era of technology, again, what I mentioned earlier, resume, interviews, introductions are not about faking up. It's about telling what you exactly are, right? Getting selected, not selected, that is a secondary thing. You will be selected only if and only if you are matching the requirement. Okay. You might be an amazing person, but the job requirement is something else, you will not be selected. Okay. So first thing first is work on yourself. Know yourself really well. What are your strengths? And think about what extra can you do. Organizations are looking for leaders, even at every roles. So when they hire an interview, they always have a plan कि एक साल के बाद क्या इसको promote करके can we make him can he lead a team or something like that. So they are looking. So if I talk about how you can prepare, first thing first, know yourself very well. know the job requirement, know the company very well. Okay, so this will be the idea of passing any interview, and then solving a puzzle. That's it. For example, if I would say, why shall I hire you? A simple question. It is asked everywhere, every time. So, what do you think? What is the idea of an interviewer? Why he would be asking this question? So
Probably
idea,
to, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
please.
idea is, what are your strengths? To know what are your strengths, and are those strengths useful for my organization, for the job role, for this or whatever. This is the only idea. So if you know what company requires, if you know the what is the requirement of the job role, you will be able to design a perfect answer for that, right? So I mean, thoda bahut faking to chalega, exaggeration everybody does, but um, I mean, you will be through that interview. So knowing yourself is first. Second, know the job role very well, and know the company. What are the company? What is the vision, mission? What company is up to? What kind of products it is developing? What kind of services it is? How you can contribute? Maybe you are joining for one role, but in coming months, there's a requirement of another role. Probably they are not telling you. So if you are, telling your strengths, so be wise, in solving that problem.
Right, right. So some of the things I think you said very right. So firstly, we must be very well aware of the job that we are sitting for and the company as well. I see a lot of people miss out on that research where they're not aware of the objectives of the company. And I've seen if you can explain what the company is all about to
Yes.
the recruiter, that really strikes a chord with them that this person has done their research
Absolutely.
right.
And it's all about the preparation. Everybody
Hmm.
loves a person who has put in some effort, right?
Hmm.
For example, Pratik, if I mean, I send you a gift, okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
um, and there's a probably a watch or something. So probably if you're getting a lot of gift from different people, it will be just a gift for you. And on the other hand, if I will put in some efforts, make a painting on my own, and you will always appreciate that, right?
Right.
So in the interview also, if somebody is seeing a person who is coming for the interview, he is coming prepared, he is dressed well, he is showing interest. So if you're not coming prepared, that means you're not at all interested, you're just here for trying your luck, that's it. So,
Right.
again, the companies look for three things. One is the capability. Second is the consistency, how consistent you are, and third one is the commitment, how much committed you are going to uh, with this organization.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. One more point you mentioned, Om, which I really acknowledge, is that a lot of companies, they're also looking for potential, right? It's not just about your present day skill set. The
Right.
companies wants to understand the potential. And
Absolutely.
again, so that's the mindset I think with a lot of these big tech companies, particularly. They understand that skills is something that a person can learn if this person has the right attitude and the right smartness for it, skills
True.
is going to come.
True.
So, and I've seen a lot of people again good at their good at their technical stuff, right? But they are not able to project probably the right kind of soft skills, right? Communication or presentation,
Mhm.
or some of these reasons why they are not able to crack the final interview. And how do we actually work on those aspects which are not technical entirely? Kind of the culture fit that the company is looking for. And as you mentioned, how do we portray our potential to the company that eventually this person couple of years down the line is the company is convinced that person can do great. So how apart from the technical abilities, other aspects of clearing the interview, how do we work on that?
Let me tell you one thing. There's a misconception and that I'm very good at technology, but I'm not good at communication skills.
Okay. Okay.
This is a fake statement, right? If you're good at technology, first thing first, you are going to be confident, right?
That's right.
You will be doing a lot of projects, You will be making a lot of projects which will make you confident from inside. It's all about confidence. It's not about language, right? So second thing is, if you're confident, you will be confident at your communication. Maybe your words can be here, there, anywhere, but we are humans. We do our 75% of communication non-verbally, right? So I have gone through I have taken around, thousands of interviews. We find out what kind of person you are, right? So if your technology, if you have a great technical skills, communication skills are first and first, they are going to be good because you are doing a lot of things, projects, talking to people. They are going to happen. Okay, if your language is not that good, that can be worked on, and it is just a matter of 2 weeks. Okay, for example, let me tell you, I am from Chandigarh. There's a government college in sector 42, Chandigarh. It's a girls' government college, and a lot of underprivileged students come there. Okay, they come from the slums. They come from the very humble background. And I took a challenge around 10 years back that I will train around 120 students in just 9 days on their communication skills. Right. So I used to take 1.5 hour session on daily basis for continuously 9 days. There was a weekdays. On weekends it was holiday. Um, I have developed certain ways of teaching English. I have been doing this for very long, right? So nowadays I don't do that. I'm focusing on technology. So it is like uh, philosophy is like you learn a small part of English in the morning. You practice the entire day, whatever you have learned. You practice that entire day. That means if you have learned, suppose, nouns today, or present tense today, right? Practices today. I mean, you are speaking in Hindi. It also has tenses. Just replace it English with English, right? And in the evening, you test yourself. That's it. For 9 days, if you will do that, 6 days it will take. Grammar. Slowly and gradually, you will pick up on vocabulary part and pronunciation part also, right? So grammar is the main part. 6 days it will take to fix up your grammar if you will do that way. And in 1 month, you will be speaking good English. Nobody is going to say that you don't have good. Good English in the sense जितना level industry में required or anywhere else, वो हो जाएगा. It's not a big deal. ये बहुत बड़ा मिथ है, मतलब यह बहाना है कि मुझे टेक्नोलॉजी अच्छे से आती है, मेरे को कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स. आपको अगर टेक्नोलॉजी अच्छे से आता है ना, 99% ऑफ चांस यही है कि आपकी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स आर गोइंग टू बी अमेजिंग बिकॉज यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट. अगर आपने कुछ नहीं किया तो सर मुझे बोलना नहीं आता, सर मुझे ये नहीं करना आता, you will make excuses.
That's right. That's very insightful on that front. And yeah, so we'll do this, Om. Thank you so much for all of these insights. We'll open the floor to questions, some of the questions from our audience. And yes, folks, anyone from the audience would like to ask anything, they can open your mic, you can talk to our speaker, or you can put it in the chat box. We'll take some questions from the audience.
Hello.
Hi, Vivek. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. So my question is something related with the, like hiring and other stuff. So I'm a software developer having around 6 plus years of experience. Nowadays, like layoffs are going on even in the bank companies. So how do we keep ourselves at the industry ready since AI and other stuff are taking place? So like पहले क्या था अगर 10 डेवलपर की रिक्वायरमेंट है तो as of now it has been like cut into 4 developers. So how we can like train ourselves so that वो 4 developer में मैं भी हूँ instead of like getting replaced.
Yes, wonderful question. We are also concerned about this situation, but I think we have some answers for that. Some new skills need to be developed, right? So, for example, let me tell you, Codex is a tool from Microsoft which does the coding for you. Okay. Again, the repetitive things are going to be replaced by the agents and robots. Okay. However, one thing that critical thinking, which is going to, which is with humans only, that will take lot of time to, get replaced. Now people think that designing can be done in a very quick way, like Giblet is going on and all these things. Designing can be done in. This is a very small part, right? It is just playing with the pixels. Okay, so for example, um, you have uploaded your image in the form of pixels. It scans your outlines and this, the shadows, and it converts into a Giblet thing, right? So it is a very small thing, but people are amazed how AI is doing this. How AI, you can develop a lot of applications. Now you need to understand this, that AI is a tool. Are you going to fight with it, or are you going to utilize it? You need to think. Okay, so having an understanding of coding is very well. I mean, let me tell you, around 70-80% of the people who are into software development industry, they are just doing a job of typing. Okay, I mean, no much logic building. It's just a small thing already done. It's just doing this. I mean, no high IQ things are required, right? But those 30%, and there's a lot of things to be done. Lot of things to be done. Why AI is in there? Why AI is there? We need to understand. AI is, there's a lot of problems in the world till now, right? Though we have moved, there are a lot of things to be solved. I mean, people are not getting food. There's a lot of poverty. Wars are there. There's, I mean, earthquakes, natural disasters. A lot of problem needs to be solved. AI is required to improve the efficiency of humans, right? So efficiency of humans means, like, for example, uh, if it used to take 10 days, like you mentioned, 10 people, then it will be doing in just 1 day or 2 days, right? This is what you are saying, right? But imagine if you develop an IQ of using AI. Have you? I believe you have understood AI really well. You have gone through Azure courses, OpenAI courses, and other courses. At this moment, you should have done that. You should have known how AI works, what is computer vision, what is NLP, what is all these things, right? So once you will be, you understand AI really well, you will start, or any or different companies will start developing certain applications, certain new technologies, which will be useful for the industry, which will be useful for the environment, which will be useful, sustainable technologies, you will say, we can say, which is a win-win situation for everybody. But at this moment, disruption is happening, so we think that AI is bad, or we think that AI is our competitor. We need to develop the problem solving skills, the critical thinking skills. Only then we will be able to use AI. How can you, I mean, compete with a machine which can do things faster than you? It is just a faster, smarter nahi hai. Try to understand. AI is not doing smarter things. AI is just doing things very quick, because the processing has become. अभी शुक्र करो, we are, अभी AI है, parallelly quantum computing is getting developed. So I mean, within the fractions of things will be happening, right? So your role will be, or a software developer role, or our role as a human will be monitoring these things and developing, using these tools, developing certain new solutions, right? Like mobile apps were not, I mean, 30-40 years back, mobile apps were not there, right? But with the coming of mobile apps, we have done a lot of things very quickly. So our human growth journey is exponential. It is going to be exponential. It is not linear, right? So पहले हम स्टोन एज में थे, धीरे 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 जैसे जैसे टेक्नोलॉजी इंट्रोड्यूस होती गई, हमारा ग्रोथ ऐसे बढ़ता गया, right? So we need to think with a different perspective. There's a no, जो जितने लोग फायर हुए हैं या ले ऑफ हुए हैं, they will find something else. It is just कि उस कंपनी में उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है. ऐसा नहीं है कि उनकी दुनिया में रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है, right? So they will, when the tough situation is for there, they will definitely find something else, and lot of things, lot of new technologies will be coming up, because The people who were laid off, they already know a lot of stuff, and probably they will be designing new solution because they don't have any earning source at this moment. So probably they will be become entrepreneurs and give a lot of jobs to others. So we have to be positive, and yes, we have to be wise. So I would appreciate everybody should understand what is responsible AI is, right? Though it is not being used AI responsibly, abhi ye Giblet is not responsible AI because and people are generating a lot of fake invoices, a lot of fake things, Aadhaar card. You might have seen on social media what is happening, but this is temporary thing. In soon we will have stronger and stringent AI rules and regulations and laws, which will be which governments will be used to monitor the functioning of AI. So we don't have to worry. We have to be wise. Critical thinking is very important. And irony is that we are losing our critical thinking by just sticking to our phones, watching reels and all these things. This is very dangerous.
Right, I do agree with you, Om. So the test of critical thinking is going to become more and more important in the interview that we're going to see forward,
Yeah.
and even see the kind of interview that these man companies, top tech companies, they're asking for algorithm, DSA, data structures,
Yeah.
algorithm, and they
Pseudo
want to
alphabet, pseudo codes.
exactly they want to understand if you can make the logic behind
Yeah,
everything.
definitely.
That's very right. Yeah, thank you for that answer. We have one on the chat from Kavya. So the Kavya wants to know if when the interviewer is asking you towards the end, if you have any questions for us, how do you respond to that?
All right. So generally, क्या होता है कि every candidate has the answers. I mean, we don't have to ask any question. It is not mandatory to, you know,
Hmm.
frame a question in the end. If you have any genuine question like, you know, any question like salary packages and all these things, you know, you can always think, is this negotiable or this? But prior to that, you know, you have made an impact. You have done your justice and you have given an amazing interview in terms of technology, your personality, and everything, right? Only then you can ask the questions like, you know, the salary and all this. One instance, like there was a student of mine. He was offered around. He was a fresher. He was offered 45,000 rupees per month, right? So he came to me, sir. They are very happy. You know, sir, they are offering me 45,000. And मैंने कहा यार but your designing skills are amazing, you know, why you are I mean just stopping at 45,000. Ask them that you want 55,000. Okay. So सर वो मेरे को कहीं निकालना मतलब मना ना कर दे, you know, everybody मैं कहा यार just try this, you know, they have already selected you, so just try this. मैंने कहा when HR calls you, you just say that because you are amazing, because I know you, you are amazing, you must have done amazing at the interview, and that is the reason they have selected you. So when the HR called, he said कि मैम I think मैंने उनको ये बोला कि आपने ये बोलना कि you are getting better opportunity at 60,000 rupees, but I'm okay to work with you at 55,000. So when it happened, so the call was closed at 52,000. Okay,
Okay.
52,000 पे deal close हो गया. And imagine, you know, आपके सिर्फ एक बारी बात करने से you got 7,000 rupees extra, and that is every month you are going to get that. सिर्फ एक बारी बात करने से, you know. So you need to make sure that you are yes worthy. Only then ask question. And अगर आपको लगा कि यार कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया है तो फिर अवॉइड ही करो मैम. आई थिंक यू हैव best answer. I think everything is clear, ma'am. We have already talked, and I really liked the interview. Thank you so much for your time. ऐसे बोल सकते हो. हाँ, लेकिन अगर आप और स्मार्ट बनना चाहते हो और आपको पता है कि आपका इंटरव्यू बहुत अच्छा हुआ है, तो आप ऐसे बोल सकते हो फॉर एग्जांपल कि I think what I need to there are three levels in for every employees, you know, below expectations, meet expectation, and above expectation, right? So you can say, ma'am, what it would take that I exceed your expectations in terms of efficiency and proficiency. So till the joining, what I can prepare for, so that as soon as I join the flow, as soon as I join the company, I become productive very early and exceed your expectations, right? So this will come. This answer will only come when you are very confident about what you have done in the interview, and you know that with the facial expression of the HR, you know that things are in your way. But things are not. If they are not in your way, then avoid. And I think I mean you can design such simple answers. आपका आइडिया सिर्फ यही होना चाहिए कि डिस्पाइट ऑफ that you are a very enthusiastic, तीन चीजें आपके लास्ट क्वेश्चन में तीन चीजें दिखनी चाहिए, योर कमिटमेंट, कंसिस्टेंसी एंड कैपेबिलिटी, राइट? और वो हर आंसर में दिखनी चाहिए, चाहे वो छोटे से छोटा आंसर ही क्यों ना हो, उसमें आपकी कमिटमेंट, कैपेबिलिटी एंड कंसिस्टेंसी, ये तीन चीजें दिखनी चाहिए.
Right. With that, thank you so much for your time today, Om.
Thank
And
you, Pratik, for having me here.
yeah, it was very insightful. I'm sure we all took a great deal of learning from this, how we can approach, how we can approach a lot of claps in the talk in the chat also. I hope everyone liked it today, and we'll be posting it through all our channels. And thank you so much for attending today. Thank you so much, Om, for your time.
Thank you
And
so
we'll
much,
close this
and
now.
thank you everybody. I wish you all the best. God bless you. One advice I want to give everybody, life is not easy. Don't think कि पैसा कमा के आराम कर लेंगे, है ना? आराम का मत सोचो. जब आप थक जाओ ना, तब और काम करना शुरू करो. This is what the winner do, right? जब आप थक
Absolutely.
जाओ कि आज तो बहुत दिन टफ था, let's read 5 pages of any book. Let's solve a small code of new technology. Let's do something extra, So never give up. Always keep on. थकना नहीं है. कभी अपने दिमाग को ये नहीं बोलना कि आज तो मैं बहुत थक गया, राइट? जब आप ये बोलना शुरू कर दोगे ना कि मैं बहुत थक गया, तो आप सच में थकना शुरू कर दोगे और आप आराम ढूंढना शुरू करोगे. By the way, what is the age group you are in? You all the profession.
I think from 27 to 30, 25 to 35, where
Okay.
everyone would be.
All
Most
right.
of the people
Right.
would.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, be energetic always. लाइफ का पर्पस आराम नहीं है. लाइफ का पर्पस पैसा नहीं है. पैसा आपको सिर्फ खाने पीने ओढ़ने के लिए चाहिए, जितना चाहिए. बाकी पैसा आप सिर्फ गलत चीजों में ही लगाओगे. आप पॉर्श लेके कुछ दुनिया का या अपना भला नहीं कर रहे हो, राइट? आप भला करना है तो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल जिनको रिक्वायरमेंट है, राइट? आपके पेरेंट्स, आपकी फैमिलीज में, डिस्टेंट फैमिलीज में बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं जिनको आपकी हेल्प की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है. आपके पास 3 रिसोर्सेज हैं, टाइम, एफर्ट एंड मनी, राइट? हो सकता है कि आपके पास मनी ना हो सकता है आपके पास टाइम ना हो, आपके पास एफर्ट ना हो, जो भी है, जिस तरीके से भी, जो भी आपके पास रिसोर्स है, इन्वेस्ट दैट थिंग इन द ग्रोथ ऑफ द नियर एंड डियर अराउंड यू. दैट विल बी योर जर्नी. अभी नहीं समझ में आएगा, आफ्टर 40 इयर्स आपको समझ में आएगा. आई एम जस्ट क्रॉस 40, आई एम 42 नाउ. सो आई फाउंड माय पर्पस again. In between I was kind of took retirement kind of thing. So because आराम करके मैंने देख लिया, आराम करके कुछ नहीं होता. पैसा खर्च के कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला. लाइफ का पर्पस फाइंड आउट करो, उसके लिए कंटिन्यूअसली काम करते रहो, no matter what happens. तो थकना नहीं है. This is what I want to say everybody. Never get tired.
Yeah, thank you so much, Om. Very insightful and very inspiring. And we're sure to, stick to your words and make something out of it.
Thank
We'll
you so
close
much.
this today.
Appreciate. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Yeah. Thank